To A2Z Sports Debate with your host, Adam Zananti. It's been a while since I've done a basketball topic, so I decided to do one. I know lately, I've been doing football because I do love football more, but I wanted to balance it out and give you guys an NBA topic. When I presented this topic with my mother, she wasn't really that excited about it, and I don't blame her, but I like it, and even though I try to please you, the fans, I also want to please myself in an unselfish way. But I hope you enjoy it. It is called The Rise and Fall of the Chicago Bulls. Now, the reason I chose this was because teams like the Warriors, the Thunder, the Cavaliers, when LeBron was on the Heat, of course, the San Antonio Spurs, even back then, the Boston Celtics, the last couple of years, they were always in position to possibly win the NBA title. But one team that used to be very raved about, and NBA analysts would rave about, were the Chicago Bulls. It wasn't too long ago that stars like Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, and Pau Gasol they're still on the Chicago Bulls, but they used to be such a dominant team that they used to be an uprising team that many people thought could win Chicago a title since, last time they won was back in 1998, the end of the Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen era. I chose the Bulls because this was once a team that I never really picked to win the title, but I always did view them as a threat against the Miami Heat, and many NBA analysts did the same when it came to the East playoffs. They had a lot of potential. You had a big star, Derrick Rose, who back in 2010 won the Most Valuable Player award. Someone who was Chicago's own, kind of could have been like a savior next to Michael Jordan. He had such an ceiling and upside. And
who, Dwight Howard?
No, not Dwight Howard. Derrick Rose.
Oh, Derrick Rose. I'm sorry, Adam.
Derrick Rose was very he was elite, and I never really liked him, but because of him, guys like Joakim Noah always played with heart, and he had a lot of heart too. When I think of Draymond Green,
right,
Joakim Noah always had that energy, and almost like Russell Westbrook. Those teams were good. I mean, right here in my notes, they had in the timeline of 2013 from 2010, they were always in the playoffs. They would always meet Miami at least in the semi-Eastern playoffs. They never played in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Never?
No.
Wow, in their whole history?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, wow.
But the Bulls were regarded as, if the Heat were to get eliminated, they would be the second team to go up to win the championship. So they were always in that mix, either being the first, second, or third seed. I also think one reason why I talked about the Bulls so much is because think back in 2012, that's when Derrick Rose suffered his first ever leg injury. And, the man was so popular and such an all-star that once he got hurt the first time, his career never recovered. And now I hate to say the word bust, but he's an all-time, he's forgotten in a way. And now he's always getting a nagging injury. He's like one of the, he's very fragile now. He's not complete anymore. He can't play that many games. He's lost all his momentum, all his stardom.
What team is he on now?
He still is on the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, he is? Oh, you wouldn't even know it.
But, it's just that the mystique of the Bulls just disappeared altogether. And it's really sad to see a player like that go down and the rest of the team go down. Now, Chicago, in general, the thing I've always liked about the team was their defense. They're not really known for much offense. They never had three-point shooters like Golden State has, or a tough interior center like Cleveland may have, or Dwight Howard when he wants to play Will. But the team just really was so good that then once they were just plagued with injuries, and now they have like a figuratively black cat surrounding their franchise, that they even missed the playoffs this past season for the first time since 2007. They're not there anymore. Like, they are gone. And
didn't you predict that they would do better this year?
No, I did not. I actually back in February said they would miss the playoffs and that the Detroit Pistons would get the final 8 seed, and that's what happened.
Oh, wow.
Now, had they obviously gone to the playoffs, I think they would have lost to Cleveland anyway. But there's a lot.
So what do they need to do?
Well, I think what Chicago needs to do is, obviously, thank you for these questions. Derrick Rose, they can't they can't trade him because he's not fully healthy. Joakim Noah,
He's the one with the long hair, the ponytail, right?
Yes, he's a B type of player. He's not an A player. I think you gotta work through the draft. That's always been a model of sports. You work your way through a draft. Unfortunately, they didn't get Carmelo Anthony back in the 2014, so that was it. But to close out, I just want to say, hopefully, what I think the Bulls should do is get some nice draft picks. You know, we signed. I almost forgot this player's name. Jimmy Butler. He's like a new type of Rose. He gets lost a little bit, but I think he could be an all-star. You know, you have him, and you have other talent out there as well. So
have they had the same coach all this time, or have they gone through?
Tom Interview was fired 2 years ago, so that's, you know, they need a new coach. I would suggest a Mark Jackson or Frank Vogel, but those are my suggestions. But once again, I just wanted to talk about a team that was on the rise, but ultimately fall and had never quite gotten themselves back up.
It's sad for a major city like Chicago.
Yes, it is. Obviously, I just said the last time that the city of Chicago won a sports title was in 1998.
That's crazy.
So,
and then you have Philadelphia, which used to be a major city.
Well, yeah. Yes. As far as the other Chicago teams, the White Sox, they won in 2005. Sadly, the Chicago Bears were a great team. They only had one Super Bowl back in 1985.
Wow.
So, you know, if I had to say next team to win, I don't know.
Right.
I'm only going to go out on a limb and always say the Chicago Bears if somehow Jay Cutler became amazing or they found a new QB. So, but let me know what you think about the rise and fall of the Chicago Bulls, and thank you for listening.
Thanks, Adam.